cents. Now we get to take a moment to talk about something that I'm super excited about because, as Skip mentioned earlier, this is a special offer on its way to selling out because it is the ginormous double size of the Royal Elixir Youth Oil. Final and last quantity on this customer pick. You're saving over $110 today. It is, again, an elixir, so I want you to think about that concentration that is not greasy, not sticking on top of the skin. It's kind of like a dry oil with clinical benefits to firm, tighten your skin, improve the elasticity and hydration, but it also, as we're coming to learn again with that Royal Elixir family, optimizes your own skin's natural collagen and hyaluronic acid. So with only, I want to say there's around 600-ish that's available in this huge size in this glass bottle. How are we wanting to use this, Skip? Oh, $5.91.
So this is a super powerful product, and it's in a liquid form. We were able to liquefy without destroying the benefits Royal Jelly. No one has done that in the world, including our sister company. So this is one of the proudest products we've ever brought to market. Over 10,000 of you grabbed this in January when we have it available. We had 700, I guess now 500 left. You have to try this. Whenever you have a liquid on your skin, it gets absorbed much faster. I urge people to use this at night, but you can use this at night, day, twice a day, 3 times a day. It doesn't matter. Actually, the more you use it, probably the better it is. And if you have the Youth Creator, the Royal Elixir Youth Creator, then you can actually even amplify the effects of this product. But this goes on in seconds, gets absorbed. You have no greasy feel whatsoever. That's been obviously tested both in consumer perception as well as in clinicals. What I love about this is how fast it goes to work because it is a liquid. Think about when you drink something versus when you eat something, right? The drinking just goes into the body much faster. Optimizing your skin's elasticity 14%, while it increases firmness a ridiculous 45% while you sleep at night. If you want to wear it during the day, that's when I always urge people to use the most concentrated, the most powerful, almost 50% more firmness when you use this product. Wow. So in combination, you can use the Royal Elixir to boost this, the Youth Creator, use the eye, use the oil, but this will bring your skin back to life. This is a drink your skin desperately needs. So it'll help in all the different ways that we talked about, even in optimizing your skin's collagen, but in a liquid form. So and everything we make, regardless if it's for face or eye, has been tested for sensitivity around the eyes. Look at what happens when this lady used it only twice in 2 weeks, used it nightly only. Look, every single person here looks like they have more youthful, more bouncy, less line, but alive skin. That is the purpose of this line, to bring your skin back to life, to give your skin the energy it had in its youth. Again, it doesn't matter if you suffer from wrinkles or you don't suffer from wrinkles. I think bringing skin back to life is the most important thing. Having that youthful, bouncy, radiant-looking skin in your 60s, 70s, and 80s is what it's all about, like my mom.
Who doesn't want it? I call it the youth activator or the youth rejuvenator because you will start to see immediately a difference in your skin, a difference in the feel.
My mom felt it in one single night.
That's why I called him.
She called me and said, this time she knew she was using an oil as a night oil, and she called me and she said, Skip, my skin truly feels like a baby's bottom this morning, and we approved it right away. $39 is crazy.
Crazy deal.
$39.95 is like a today's special. You should take advantage of it. You know, we're not back until the end of June. We're gone for almost 2 months. So make sure you have enough of the Royal Elixir in your cabinet. I don't know if you've got reunions, if you've got graduations, if you've got birthdays. I know a lot of people get married during the month of June. What incredible ways to start that skin. Even if you want to put a basket together for the bride, for the bridesmaids, this is such an incredible opportunity.
And here's the thing, so this is the 1.5 ounce. I noticed on the back, and everybody will see this at home, once it's open, you have a 12-month shelf life. So since it is so concentrated and a couple drops are really gonna be all that you need, you get a really nice long shelf life, which means if you wanna buy a couple of these, unopened, you're probably gonna have what? I would imagine at least a couple years before you need to get into it. So at this price point, this is a special offer that will not be repeated and will not last. We have hundreds of you placing your order. I know you hear us say that a lot. We already sold out of one of our items earlier. This one is going to sell out in probably less than 2 minutes. Everybody's getting the $110 savings. Everybody can take advantage of the 5 interest-free credit card payments. If you're new to HSN, you don't have to join a club. There's no monthly membership. Everybody can take $7.99. You put that on Visa, MasterCard, American Express. We ship the bottle out to you, and it is a glass bottle, a dark glass bottle, again, to hold the efficacy of that royal jelly in there and that liquefied version. Free shipping and handling. If you are buying multiples, congratulations, because we don't have this on auto ship. But one of the things that I was thinking too, Skip, and Amanda, I'd love to know from each of you, when you're, obviously, I would recommend, starting to use this at night, depending on what your skin needs. I'm thinking of, we're outside and we're sweating. We go back inside and then it's air conditioning. Like, there's so much being drawn out of our skin that leaves it dry, that leaves it feeling textured, the lines and wrinkles look more enhanced, our makeup settles in. If we want to use this at night, is this first step or last step in our routine?
No, you probably want to make this your last step in your routine, depending on what else you're using. So if you're going to go with your serum, I don't think you need a cream because this is so hydrating.
Exactly.
I really urge everybody serum, oil, or honestly, I think most people will end up just using the Youth Creator or the Pearls of Youth in this. That's really, you don't need to put on anything else. This is super, super hydrating. It's so funny that you say that because when you put it on, it penetrates so quick. 3 different delivery systems, goes to work immediately. And I find, my wife tells me, my mom tells me, they don't want anything heavy on their skin when they go to sleep. They don't want anything that rubs off on their pillow. They don't want to wait like 10 minutes for stuff to absorb. They want stuff to absorb immediately.
I don't want to spend a lot of time in front of the mirror when I'm ready to go to bed. I want to go to bed.
Amanda's like, let's get one thing done and let it work. And does it work?
Yes.
100% of people, every single person who looked at their skin saw their skin was firmer, more hydrated. And I love this word, revitalized. How many of you want that revitalization back to your skin? The elasticity was also improved for every single person. And everybody agreed basically that it didn't leave a greasy film. That's what we hate about oils. We hate that it sits on top of the skin. This is not anything like you've ever experienced before. Think of it as being more modern, more artisanal, more efficacious. And you're getting a ginormous bottle. For those of you that are in the ordering process, I'm gonna give you a couple tips and tricks. If you put it into your cart, make sure that you complete the checkout process because somebody else will bump your item out of your cart when they hit buy. So if you don't want to miss out on this, and I know a lot of you are putting a couple in there, maybe buying other things, I would say just complete your checkout process. You can come back and buy other things later. $7.99 gets it home and the free shipping and handling. I'm going to ask those of you that are friends with me, leave me one. Just leave me one bottle because otherwise I'm gonna do what the other day would happen. We had a couple sellouts. I started stealing things. I started putting things in pockets. I started taking things. And that's not a good look for me, Skip.
I just put my thumb and my snapping finger, and I want you to show.
No oil.
There's no oil. It's a very unusual product, and you're gonna love the way it penetrates into your skin. You're gonna feel it work. And one morning is all we ask you. Touch your skin the next morning. Tell me it's not dewy. Tell me it's not hydrated. Tell me it doesn't feel super bouncy. And then give it a couple weeks to see your skin transform.
And then put it all over your neck and your décolleté.
Yeah.
Show it off.
And feel free to add
the
a
Youth
little
Creator?
bit of the Youth Creator. Yes, yes. And a lot of people say to me, and this is what I love about Perlier, when do I put things on? Like you just did. We normally create products with the molecule small enough that normally it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter.
I didn't want to interrupt you, Skip, but
I know what you were thinking. You gave me that look.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only one that matters out of every product we've ever really created is Hydrazone.
Yes.
That is the only one you ever want to put on first. If you're super, super, super dry and we ever have Hydrazone,
just put it on.
that's the first. Put it on after cleanse.
I haven't seen
But
Hydrazone
otherwise, it
in
doesn't
years.
matter.
Exactly. All right, I'm going to let you know when the